with an incredibly dark secret. This is the universe of Cloverfield. In 2007, users on the internet had gathered together to try and discover what exactly the movie Cloverfield was. The first trailer had appeared and it didn't even have a title. Many clues began appearing on the internet and soon it turned into one giant ARG, an alternate reality game. When the movie was finally released in January 2008, what the internet users found only seemed to be another piece in this giant puzzle. A giant monster attacks New York City and it's being captured on footage filmed by one of the civilians and his friends in New York City. If you watch the movie on its own, that's pretty much all you'll ever know. However, if you look a little deeper, you'll find that's just scraping the surface of this universe. With the release of 10 Cloverfield Lane this year, it appears they're looking to extend the Cloverfield universe even further. So since I love this kind of stuff, I thought I'd join in and get you up to speed with the whole universe so far. That way we'll all be prepared when the next piece of the puzzle arrives. So I've gone back all the way to 2007 to try and gather as much evidence as I can that still exists and present it to you guys for this giant timeline of the Cloverfield universe. That being said, let's go. The Cloverfield universe and its story seems to revolve around one giant company in particular, a Japanese company to be exact, called Tagroato. Tagroato, a fictional company of course, is a deep-sea drilling company with 14 different stations spread across the world. The creators of the movie, J.J. Abrams and his friends, made an official website for Tagroato where you can find out as much information about the company as you want. Kinda. It has a map which tells us where all the drilling stations are located, it tells us which year each one was created, and even says how many people work on each station. Since this company plays such a huge part in the story, here's some background that you can actually find on the website about it. Tagroato was founded in 1945 by a man called Kantaro Tagroato. Back then, it was a small mining company that went by a different name. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it translates to Hand of Power. In the 1980s, Hand of Power went bankrupt and started getting accused of a lot of things, and had no other choice but to sell it to a man called Ganu Yoshida in 1989. He renamed the company after the original owner and therefore the name Tagroato came into place. He moved away from mining and switched to deep-sea drilling and built the first oil station out at sea under Tagroato's name on Friday the 14th of June 1991, as that's the earliest oil station you can find on their map. 16 years later, Tagroato has now 13 more deep-sea drilling stations spread out across the ocean and is now one of the biggest and most advanced companies out there to date. Gano Yoshida also decided to start up some smaller companies that would be funded by Tagroato too. You can find all these smaller companies on Tagroato's website under subsidiaries. The subsidiaries you'll find are Yoshida's Medical Research, Bold Futura, Paraffin Wax Distributors, and Slusho. Yoshida's Medical Research, or YMR for short, specialises in searching for possible cures for some of the most deadliest diseases. According to the webpage and the rest of Tagroato's site, they constantly talk about how Tagroato is far more advanced than any other company that exists, meaning Yoshida's Medical Research has far more of a chance of making a medical breakthrough than any other medical researching facility. The next company, Bold Futura, specialises in design and manufacturing advanced technology products. So they basically create parts for satellites, rockets, ships, tanks, etc. Again, because Tagroato's resources are far more advanced than all other companies, Bold Futura definitely is the best option to go to when you need parts for a satellite or anything like that. Paraffin Wax Distributors, a company that is said to sell paraffin wax. That's pretty much it. The final company is known as Slusho. This company is actually another one of our main focuses of the first Cloverfield story. Slusho is a Japanese energy drink that apparently has a secret ingredient that makes you feel incredibly happy no matter what. This secret ingredient was later revealed to be Katai Mitsu. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong, which translates to seabed's nectar. It was eventually revealed on the website after people were supposedly investigating Tagroato. You could also find a Japanese restaurant in Norway on a random website that was selling seabed's nectar to its customers. All of the reviews were talking about how great the seabed nectar was and made them feel. But aside from that, the drink has become so popular in Japan that it's been planned to go worldwide, and so everyone can have a taste of this supposedly amazing drink. Slusho also has its own official website, the link you can find on the Slusho page on the Tagroato website. If you have a look around, you'll find a contest that was held to the public, you can find an actual advert for Slusho, you can also create your very own flavour, while also finding out a bit of history from Slusho. So that was Tagroato, a highly advanced company funding a bunch of other companies, and it seems to be on the rise of success. However, there was something off about this company. Later on in this ARG, we find out a group called Tidal Wave, an eco-terrorist group, were uniting together to try and take down the company Tagroato. They have a website that exists too, where they tell us how Tagroato have been lying to the public and have been doing terrible things behind our backs. One of the articles on this website talk about a Tagroato biologist who made an amazing discovery, but then all of a sudden was mysteriously killed along with his family in a gas leak on holiday shortly after retiring from the company. All his files and computer equipment had also gone missing, meaning no one ever found out what it was he discovered other than the family members that died with him. Tidal Wave believe Tagroato are up to something right now, and they're trying to get as many people together to find out what. Having looked further into this ARG, we soon find out how right Tidal Wave were. There was a merchandise store at one point on the Slusho website, and many internet users actually bought a few things from there. And then, sometime in November 2007, they were sent a hidden clue with their order. It was a letter addressed to Level 1 Temporary Provision Staff Manager at Chua Station. Chua Station is one of the 14 drilling stations owned by Tagroato. It can be located in the Atlantic Ocean. In fact, Chua Station is the latest drilling station to have been built under Tagroato, as it was opened around September 2007. The letter is in Japanese, but when you translate it to English, you get this. Over the next few days, because of the incident that took place, starting now all letters to the outside will first pass through the communications center, or they will not go out. Level 1 personnel, they will remain where they are, making certain to read the message from start to finish. They're telling the staff manager that anyone from that station that sends out a letter to the outside world, from now on, it has to be checked by Tagroato's communication center, otherwise they'll refuse to send it. It says the reason they're doing this is because of the incident that happened a few days ago, but they never say what the incident was in this message. It sounds like someone was sending out information that they shouldn't have been sending, but we'll get onto that later. The people who received this letter with their Slusho merchandise also found a message in English written on the back. It said, "American. The Chua station hides a dark secret. Good people are going missing. Expect further communication in near future. The whistleblower." This wasn't the last time the whistleblower had got in contact with the people of the internet. On Tagroato's website, there is a Contact Us page where it gives you an email address for people who want to get in touch with Tagroato. People on the internet tried emailing it and actually got a response during December 2007, once again from the whistleblower. This time, a different document, and once again, he had something written over it. "American. No oil here. They must have known before they built." The whistleblower. This gives the impression that the Chua station's purpose wasn't to drill oil. Whatever it was obviously something they clearly didn't want the public to know about. So, they acted as if it was just another deep-sea drilling station. The mystery becomes even weirder with the Chua station, with another website popping out of nowhere too. This one was called jamieandteddy.com. When you get there, you need a password to get into it, but luckily someone found out for us that it was JLLovesTH. These are the next two characters that I can introduce to you, Jamie Lascano and Teddy Hansen. However, Jamie is the only one who seems to appear in the movie itself, and it's only for a brief second at a party scene and she's kind of passed out. But how do we know their full names? Well, because Jamie has a MySpace account. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, each character that's in the movie has their own MySpace account, and during 2007 they were actually active and posting things and communicating with each other. They don't anymore, obviously. Keep in mind, this was in 2007, so that's probably why they have a MySpace account rather than Facebook. So yeah, we find out Jamie's character on MySpace, and she mentions in one of her posts how much she misses Teddy Hansen. I can only confirm that this was posted by what users have said on the internet, as these posts have since been deleted. On this website, after you've typed in the password, we find 11 videos made by Jamie for her boyfriend Teddy to watch while he's working in a faraway place. She never really says where he was going. But in video 2, she receives a gift from Teddy that tells her not to open until the 9th of December, which doesn't happen until video 5. She opens it and finds a Slusho hat, a mysterious package that has a label on it saying primary evidence, Jamie don't eat this, and finally, a pre-recorded message of Teddy saying this.
Listen to me. Alright, this is not a joke. If you're hearing this before we've spoken, then it means I've been captured by the company called Tagruato, okay? Tagruato. Now listen, this is important. Don't call the authorities. It'll screw everything up. Just sit tight and wait to hear from Randy. He knows to call you. We're on their station, okay? And it's like they found something, or they're making something, but the point is, I'm not going to be calling you again. You're not going to hear from me again. I just want you to wait for Randy. He will explain.
During the message, Teddy says he's been kidnapped by Tagruato and that he's at the station. The Tagruato has either found something or making something. However, Jamie doesn't believe him and thinks this is just a coward's way to break up with her, and eventually eats the evidence and goes insane for the next few videos. She seems to be a lot happier at first though, shortly after eating it, which reminds me of something else from Tagruato that does the exact same thing. Slusho's secret ingredient, seabed's nectar. Since Teddy mentions that he's at one of the Tagruato's stations, which all of them are at sea, and if we add the letter that we have from the whistleblower, which was from Chihuahua Station where Tagruato is talking about someone who sent something they shouldn't have sent, I think it's safe to say Teddy was the one that sent something he shouldn't have done. And it was this pure seabed's nectar that Jamie got in her gift. It also says on the packaging that she reads that it needs to be frozen immediately.
Freeze ASAP. Jamie, don't eat this.
But when Jamie had it, it wasn't frozen. So maybe that's why Jamie kind of turned insane shortly after eating the evidence. Maybe seabed's nectar has a negative effect on the body when you eat it when it's not frozen. As far as I'm aware, Slusho is kept cold until consumption too. All of this actually happened before the movie, so maybe she actually got to the party but then died from it. So that shot of Jamie in the movie becomes almost rather creepy. But this brings up the question as to why Teddy was at the station in the first place. Well, during this recorded message, he tells Jamie to wait for Randy to get in contact with her. If we go to the Tideaway's website, we find out that one of the posts says, please get in contact with Randy on his green mobile. And a couple of other posts he was mentioned in there as well. This gives us the possibility that Teddy Hansen was in fact working for Tidal Wave and was sent to Chihuahua Station to find out what Tagruato was hiding. However, it's very likely he died in the next piece of evidence we received.
The incident is being coined an environmental disaster and a matter of life and death for almost 300 individuals aboard the large deep-sea drilling platform. It went down days ago, and only now are we beginning to learn details regarding the oil rig collapse and what may have caused such a devastating accident.
A bunch of viral news reports appeared in different languages telling us that on December 27th, 2007, the Chihuahua Station collapsed into the sea for no reason. The video had mysteriously been sent by an anonymous source showing the events unfold. What makes the news story even more interesting is that there was no incident reported by Tagruato about the Chihuahua Station collapsing. The only reason the media found out about this was by the video that was secretly being filmed and appearing out of nowhere. They point out in the news video that you can see an oil spill in the corner, but as we all know, the whistleblower said there is no oil where Chihuahua Station is built, meaning this mysterious shape, I believe, is the creature. The very one that attacks New York City. Another video from the perspective of the workers in the lifeboats see parts of the station being thrown into the air out of the sea, further adding to the evidence that this was in fact the creature that had attacked, or even escaped. Tagruato released a statement and used a cover-up story by saying that it was an eco-terrorist attack by Tidal Wave, who had strapped explosions to the station even though there were no explosions you could see in the video. And shortly after, Tidal Wave responds saying that they don't kill to get justice, but Tagra Ato does to cover up things. And in the same post they talk about how they've been ambushed by Tagra Ato's forces. It appears Tidal Wave loses contact with most of the groups, which is why Jamie never ended up getting in contact with Randy. However, a few months later, we are then given another website, this time created by Teddy Hansen's sister, that talks about the disappearances of her brother, and how he's been missing since the 7th of December. This causes Tidal Wave to reply and tell her that it's a lost cause, which is the final ever post on that site. Teddy's sister posts regularly on her blog for about a month, but then on the 5th of May she stops posting. The last post says that she was going to report back with her findings, but she never did. She also confirms on this blog that Teddy Hansen was working with Tidal Wave too. A few weeks later, a giant creature appears from the sea and then attacks New York City, which obviously brings in the movie. And according to J.J. Abrams in a news report, it was eventually killed by the bombs from the military. So what do I believe happened? Well, I believe while Tagra Ato were searching for more seabed nectar at the bottom of the ocean for their drink Slusho, they discovered a giant creature, dormant under the sea. Why do I think it was dormant? Because J.J. Abrams stated that the monster is a baby. He's brand new, disorientated, and irritable, and he's been down in the water for thousands and thousands of years. The fact that he says the creature is disorientated and irritable gives the impression to me that the creature has just woken up. Also, another website popped up, but it doesn't exist anymore. And it revealed 3 more pictures. 2 of them were shots from the cameras of submarines under the ocean, and the coordinates on the cameras led us exactly to where Chua Station would be located. The second camera shot, where it shows us how far in depth the submarine is under the ocean, it says it's over 10,000 m. Most people assume this is meters, and if that's the case, then it's just over 6 miles underwater. Tagra Ato has been said to have incredibly advanced technology, so that's why they can travel so far under the water without any problems. On this ocean floor, there appears to be little creatures scurrying around all over it. However, during the movie, we see the exact same creatures, or parasites, begin to jump off the monster's back like fleas and start attacking people. So I don't believe this was the ocean floor, but the monster itself, possibly proving that it was dormant at the bottom of the sea when Tagra Ato found it. And then they built Chua Station above it to examine the creature, but they obviously pretended it was an oil station. And while Tagra Ato were examining this creature, Tidal Wave, the eco-terrorist group, sent in spies to Chua Station, and because of this, I think they accidentally disturbed the monster without realizing, which resulted in the Chua Station being attacked by the monster and then eventually collapsing into the sea. As we can see in the first picture that there is a monster next to the Chua Station. Also, the third picture was actually a transcript from one of the submarines to a person called Asumi. It sounds like this was from the time when the monster was attacking, and at one point they do mention the eco-terrorist group. It is rather hard to make out what exactly they say about the terrorist group, as it's rather blurry and, it's just kind of hard. But what we can make out is that they had something, they did something, and they're all dead. After Chua Station collapsed, the monster eventually made its way to New York City in a rage. During the time of the collapse of the Chua Station and New York, Tagra Ato must have been tracking down the monster before anyone found out about it, which is why Tagra Ato didn't report anything about the incident of Chua Station until it was accidentally leaked. And it's why we can find these screenshots that were sent to the American public by possibly the whistleblower, we assume, which looks like shots from a satellite above trying to track down the monster. So yeah, that's my story/theory I believe to be possible for the first movie. A lot of the people say it was a satellite that fell from space that caused the monster to awaken and attack, but I don't believe that to be true after reviewing the evidence the people have for it. But I'll explain that in a later video because we don't have time, we've kind of run out right now. Hopefully I'll get round to 10 Cloverfield Lane soon and obviously talk about their secret ARG, and then I'll make one final video to link both timelines together. Thanks guys for watching. Feel free to leave your own theories in the comments if you have any other ideas of what could be going on. Plus, if you want to see more, feel free to leave a